Hi guys, Debino here, and there's been a lot of hype around Flight Simulator 2020, which got released today, and there's been a lot of talk about how pretty bad the frame rates are, and yeah, it's not that bad. The frame rates could be a lot worse, but I'm doing a comparison here from the ultra settings and the high settings. So first up will be the ultra settings. The ultra settings are running currently on a machine that does 1440p and 144 hertz monitor. I don't know if that actually does make a difference. It might not be doing the 144 refresh rate, so don't know. But looking at the game as you're playing it, it's not all that bad. There are a lot of drops, and you can see stuttering when you're playing the game. But the video capture isn't really giving it much of a chance. It does look a lot worse than the video capture, so I'm going to invest in something a little bit better. This is at McCarran International, so this is quite a busy airport, and it's also just a lot going on the screen as well, so a lot better, a lot more representative of what you should be getting in the game. I have done ultra high at I'm Scottish, so the local airport would be Glasgow. Did it there, and there were no issues whatsoever. I was getting well above 30 frames per second, but from McCarran, I was getting 19 on load, and then after the load up was finished, I was able to get about 22 on average, which isn't terrible. It isn't very playable. There were some serious stutters and banking. During banking, there was a lot of drops in frames, and it did make it difficult to play. So that's my excuse for why I died during one of my banking attempts. I'm no flight simulator fanboy, so this is just me checking it out because of the hype, and it's also free on Xbox Game Pass, so I was definitely going to be checking it out anyway. And I haven't really had any games that I play that really push my rig to the extreme, so yeah, wanted to try it out. My rig is a R5 2600, clocked at 4 gigahertz, and it's a Gigabyte RX 5700 XT, which is the best AMD GPU out at the moment. So that's my rig. 16 gig of RAM as well at 3200, just for your benefit of knowing what I'm actually running all in all. The frame rates, once I changed them to high, so I just did that on screen, changed them to high, they went from averaging 22 to being 30 frames per second comfortably, which is a lot better to play with. Like that, you can see you're doing a lot better in the game with that than you are at ultra in McCarran. So if you have something as mid-range as my PC, then I would say yeah, stick to high and leave ultra for people who have SLI 2080 Ti's or whatever. Although I don't know what frame rates they'll be getting. The ultra settings do look lovely, but 1440p high settings, it looks nice. That'll be what I'll be playing the game at, and it's what I'd recommend for everyone else. So this is the high frame rate, averaging about 35 frames per second from start to finish of this, and this is just another takeoff, so you can see a comparison. Even with the video capture, it was able to capture it even more smoothly than previously. So yeah, it's a lot better having it at high settings. There's not as much taxation on the CPU and GPU when it's trying to record. I'm using OBS to record this, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. Again, just doing another takeoff from McCarran International, and as you can see, it was a lot smoother from the get-go. No real stuttering. Yeah, apart from just there on the camera. That was only on the video record. In the game itself, I've witnessed no real stutters on high. There was I think when I decided to do a bank, but it wasn't too much of a bank, there was another frame droppage, but nothing that I could see in game. Only real stuttering happened when ultra, and I wouldn't recommend that for the mid-level gaming rig like I've got. So again, a Ryzen R5 2600 5700 XT GPU and 16GB of RAM. So if you'd like to see any more of my videos, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. This has just been a general comparison video between the ultra high settings and the high settings running on a mid-level gaming rig. Thanks for watching, guys.